Welcome back everyone. Today we will be discussing once again the Union Jordan 4. Specifically, I will be going over a recap of the Union drop thus far. More importantly though, I will also be updating you guys regarding what's left of this drop because there is more, believe me. This is indeed not the end. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. If you guys enjoy these types of videos regarding the market, reselling, and even info on how to acquire these products, be sure to subscribe and enable post notifications. This way you're always 100% updated. But without wasting any of your guys' time, let's jump right into the good stuff because I know exactly why you're here. The Jordan 4 Union 2.0, also known as the Jordan 4 Union Taupe Haze and Desert Moss. First of all, what exactly happened with the drop? And second, what's next, as this definitely is not the end just yet. For those of you who watched my How to Cop guide or even experienced the prior Jordan 4 Union drop or even the Jordan 1 Union drop back in 2018, you are likely extremely confused with Union's approach to this drop in particular, as you rightfully should be. Some have already seen what I've been alluding to in my recent tweet after I posted the raffle for you guys. Speaking of which, to stay updated on the urgent info for what's next for the Unions, as well as any other hype sneaker, follow my Twitter, KeithAdam10, as well as personals for you, such as for the shock drops that took place this morning, or even the exclusive access. Shout out to Endurance members who did have all that information beforehand as usual. In late 2020, Union executed arguably the best first come first serve drop of the entire year. They used the new domain method, which has become extremely popularized following that, with many other collabs using that same exact method on their boutique websites such as Bodega, Concepts, and many more. They also used a question asking what color is an orange, which obviously we all know is the color purple, and they even added a hidden JavaScript question on the site's checkout, which was intended to stop bots but affected no manual users. Just one of Shopify's special touches for allowing an all-manual drop. That said, everyone was expecting the notorious Union to once again execute another incredible release, just as they did once and twice before. What did they do instead though? They did a f***ing raffle. I can't pinpoint exactly who was responsible for this decision, but I do have an assumption as to why they did it. First of all though, why was this so terrible? What was so bad about a flash raffle, Keith? What's the worst thing about that? Well, let's just say that the poor execution of it was merely the cherry on top. We all know people were struggling to receive their SMS verification text, while many people couldn't even enter on the site due to the poor performance of the site. That is indeed not the worst part though. The worst part is that the raffle was left open for 2 hours. This gives developers more than sufficient time to alter their pre-made templates of code and push out an update for all their RaffleBot users. I know people who hit massive clips on this release, more clips than you would ever see on a Shopify first come first serve drop, even without a new domain change. So if Union's hypothetical intentions really were to make this more fair than it already was before, their plan completely backfired. The whole if it ain't broke, don't fix it thing definitely does not apply to Union, I guess. However, what is more interesting about this situation, aside from this not going as planned, is that everyone knew this was going to happen regardless. If you even check under Soling's tweets when they announced the raffle, you'll see average sneaker collectors who aren't too deep into the botting or reselling community like us who already saw this coming. Worst of all, Union themselves know that their last first come first serve release went perfectly, with no bot checkouts. It was a manual cookout. Everyone was praising Union for such an incredible release. So why would it be that all of a sudden they decide to change up their strategy? Well, I can only assume for one particular reason. I'm not explicitly going to state that or make any accusations for legal reasons, just like I didn't say anything about the Jordan 1 trophy room situation. Although I will give Union some credit, the trophy room situation was blatantly obvious. This situation at least appears to be a little more strategic. Although the vast majority of wins still derived from raffle botters and the in-store raffles, there still were wins at the end of the day. Where with the trophy room Jordan 1, I mean, did you really see any of them? But it's also worth noting that there was significantly more stock on the Union Jordan 4 than there are in total of the Jordan 1 trophy rooms. This is a significant difference, so obviously we are going to see more wins when it comes to this regardless. It is what it is. I totally understand it. It's the business is business mindset, and I can get behind that. I just personally won't be giving Union the same praise for the release methods as I did once before, back in 2020 when I was praising them on Twitter. I bet Gene Michael was also pretty disappointed with this decision as well, but anyway, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Now, regarding what is next for the Union Jordan 4, is this the end? Was that it? Luckily, no. We do have quite a bit left. Now, you might be asking, well, was that it for Union stock on their site and in-store specifically? Unfortunately, I will have to say yes to that. I do not believe that they are going to be doing their notorious first-come, first-serve now that they already released all the stock that they plan to through that online and in-store raffle. Unfortunately, I really was planning to live stream as I usually do for these Union drops, and obviously that's not going to be the case this time, so I'll try to find another time to live stream Live Cop. However, you must not forget there are other opportunities I discussed in my How to Cop guide, as well as the recent video. Union recently posted that they will be doing a quote-unquote exclusive access for the Jordan 4 Union via Nike sneakers with the date listed in the bottom left corner as today, June 24th. Members in Endurance know that I said this likely was not going to be the exclusive access date, and Union actually was just posting misinformation. I assume this was not intentional, of course. This evidently turned out to be true, as there was no access. Well, Keith, does this mean that there is no access? No, that is not the case at all. There is still going to be that exclusive access that Union posted about on Nike sneakers for these. Union simply just posted the incorrect date. Let me reassure you guys that it is indeed still on. Let me reassure you that it is indeed still on. I know what the current plans are already, but all you guys need to do is follow my Twitter, KeithAdam10, and I will tweet out the necessary information. Rest assured, I got your back. I would also advise you to watch my recent How to Cop guide if you have not yet. But now, in addition to that drop on Nike sneakers, we should also soon be seeing a normal Nike sneakers drop load as a 10-minute draw with a scheduled date. Keep in mind this will only be for the Desert Moss pair. Similar to the prior Black and Guava pair, the Desert Moss pair is the non-exclusive pair. Anyway, when it will come to this release in particular, you'll essentially have 10 minutes to enter in as many accounts into the raffle as possible. Evidently, the more you could enter within that period, the better your chances will be. I actually made a full in-depth video regarding this, which I would highly suggest watching because there is more to it. If you guys need to make more accounts, remember that Nike does require SMS verification, just as Union did too, so you can't use the same phone number twice. You will have to ask a friend or family member of yours to use their phone number and ask them for the verification code. However, if you rather not bother your friends, as I usually like to recommend, feel free to check out my site TARS. The link is in the description below for pre-verified Nike sneakers or Adidas accounts. Now, that's not the end of it either. Eventually, we should also be seeing some boutiques drop their pairs as well. But unlike the other two drops, I'm going to have to be honest with you guys, these drops will be near impossible to comp. The best shot you'll have is if Kith decides to drop them first come first serve, since the H-Captcha exploit was recently patched. Even then, stock's still extremely low, so don't count on copying. And again, that's if they even do decide to drop. When it comes to these really hyped releases, the majority of retailers unfortunately drop via raffle, and that's really what I expect for the rest of them as well. And similar to what I was alluding to with the Jordan 1 trophy room drop, I think we all know how those raffles are going to go. Anyway, that is the update that I do have for you guys. Hopefully, this does give you guys some hope because this release is far from over. Trust me, there is still some fun left to be had, even if Union did spoil their own party. Hopefully, we can also use the comment section to relate to one another regarding our immense frustration with the poor decision and execution that will conclude it for today. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed, or perhaps if you learned a thing or two. Subscribe and enable post notifications just to stay 100% updated on all hyped releases. Also, feel free to check out the links in the description below for reliable, fast residential proxies and pre-verified Nike sneakers or Adidas accounts. Also, feel free to follow Endurance's Twitter for updates on restocks or key giveaways, and the same goes for Gargantua AIO for whoever wants to stay up to date with that when we do decide to drop some beta keys publicly. And last but not least, make sure to follow KeithAdam10 and Personals for you so you guys stay fully updated when it comes to not only these, but any drops in general, such as the shock drops that we just saw today. With that though, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, good luck.